Hey guys, this is Triptych bringing you another Fleet Ops game. This is a 3 vs 3 on the map Rain, and we have a couple guys around who haven't been around for a long time. In this game we have particularly Old Time Pro, and Nuukov came back last night. TrekFan. I have definitely seen that name before, but I don't know if I've talked to you personally very much. So we're going to see how these guys present themselves. This is Old Time Pro's first game in, over 6 months I think, so he claims innocence and says that you can't expect anything from him. So we have the top team is going to be Drone971, Old Time Pro, and Nuukov, and then on the bottom you have TrekFan, MightyMaster, and Shadow. And the top players are Nuukov is Romulan, Old Time Pro is Borg, and their third ally, Drone is also Borg. On the bottom, let's see, Shadow, I'm just trying to remember who uses the same colors. Shadow is Romulans, and this one, let's see, TrekFan is white, and then MightyMaster is Dominion. So TrekFan is the Feds. Did I get that right? Yay! Okay, so with two Borg in a 3 vs 3, for the last couple days we've been playing 4 vs 4s, and experimentally the Borg players have just been producing supply for their team and not building any combat ships at all. And it worked when Elam did that, and we were Klingons. It did not work when I did that, and my allies were Romulan and Feds. So we'll see. I don't think, 3 vs 3 is not as big of a deal as a 4 vs 4. So we'll probably see the Borg players play kind of normally. As you can see, the conduction matrix is going up for both of these. And I will confirm Drone isn't optimized. Old Time Pro is optimized. And their ally Nuukov is not built his star yard yet. On the bottom, Shadow. I wonder if he's going to try to build his yard really far forward. And then Dominion. I don't know what avatar he is, but he's going for, MightyMaster's going for early Dreadnought. And over here, let's see, Noob is, yeah, he is Mason. Sorry, TrekFan. I'm going to get you mixed up with Fleet Noob, who was playing last night. But starting with, okay, he's just getting his engineering now. Somebody's boarding a Borg scout somewhere. Who? And with this minimap, it's hard to tell who was boarding that. Oh, there we go. Okay, so the Dominion have captured one of the scouts from Old Time Pro here. Ah, you let your scout get captured. It's just because he's back. Okay, so let's see. Over here, the Romulans getting another scout, and this build-up in this matchup with two Borg players who arguably have the most fragile scouts because they can be boarded like that, and a Romulan player. They're going to want the Romulan player to supply all of the scouts because it's the best scouts versus the worst scouts. And he'll want to get information on all these guys down here. Yeah, MightyMaster knows he's going to be pretty low on forces in the early game. And okay, this is a hella of Romulan down here. And he probably, okay, he's getting his mining really forward. Let's look at this distribution here. So the center player has an expansion directly in front of him. Both sides do. The side players have these, oh, this is the map Rain. I think I told you that already. We used to play this a lot, but it's been a while. It's by Boggs. It's one of the old greats. So you can see these side players, they have this really safe tritanium and then this dilithium that's between players, which is really nice because it encourages players to be a bit closer to each other. And then they also can go for this one in the middle, which I think in this particular case, on the right side here, it is a bit in the bottom team's favor since the blue moon is closer to him, but it's so hard to balance those things in a map, like when you're designing it, because you have to have a pair, and you don't want to have the pair just be like left and right. That would be so boring. So whatever the case, Shadow has taken this, with mining, and I'm expecting a yard pretty soon because you can't hold this just by itself. Although then again, his opponent is going Warbird Yard, so this is probably Muriel, which means she really won't be able to take this out early. And if he scouted that, he'll probably still be building a yard because it'll be part of his build plan. We see Rien's coming out. If up here Nuukov is going Salars, they will take half damage from long range, so the Riens won't do anything to them, and he'll probably have to switch to Generics or something else. Up here on the top, the Borg Old Time Pro is getting his Scout Cube, his probe. Yeah, he's got 2 probe, 2 scube, and after that usually players would go for something bigger. So he's preparing a raid, which is nice. I mean, his opponent MightyMaster, on these bigger maps where there's lots of space, people have been playing really late tech games lately. As you can see, because it also helps, they can give each other just a little bit of resources to help make things go faster. So MightyMaster's Dreadnought research tech is going, it's a very long technology, costs about 800 tritanium. And then the Dreadnought itself will cost like 3,000 dilithium. I think it's really expensive, but it has the overpowering ability that it lets you stun enemies that are nearby. And it's a complete stun, like they can't do anything at all. They can't shoot or move. They're just stunned for like 8 seconds, and it's everything in the area. It's not just a single one, or limited by how many it can affect. So it's a very good ship for later game mass. It also is very slow, which on a big map like this is going to be the limiting factor. Especially as these Borg ships move out now. Like these scubes, even if there was a Dreadnought on the field, these scubes could simply fly around it and raid all of his other mining, and the Dreadnought could never keep up. So this depends on how well this has been scouted by the bottom team. It looks like they do not know about this, but they're about to. No, wait, that's a top team scout. No, that's the captured one. So now they know it's coming. And yep, Fan is going to have to... Oh, I see. TrekFan was going for a very forward expansion here. Not off on his side, but towards the middle. But this is bad. I think these guys are going to kill this. OTP might even decide to capture this with his ships because he has enough crew. And he's in no danger of not killing this. Let's see what he decides. Yep, he's going to board it. And TrekFan really is not in a position to defend this. He has 2 Intrepids. Monsoon building. It looks like he's going for early Starfleet Command, which is going to eat up a lot of resources. At least enough that he couldn't get a second yard. Maybe he was hoping to get a second repair yard up there and let everybody use it. Now OTP has captured this constructor, which would have a bit more meaning. Oh, hello. This is an adaptation torpedo. I think that's the highest offense you can get, 41 on an adapter. There is a Salar raiding somebody, just killing a scout. He's probably going to board that. Yep. So, who is that? MightyMaster's scout is gone. And a second Salar coming out from Nuukov, who is Muriel. I like to see Salars on a map this big. Man, they're so slow, but they are a fun ship. Also, I'd like to mention, oh, hello, OTP has a periphery scube, so he's maybe planning to invest heavier into scubes. He's not going for much bigger stuff. He recognized the need to just get a lot of firepower out to kill off MightyMaster's mining, and it's going to work pretty well for him because MightyMaster can't stop it. Although, looking down here, I'm expecting MightyMaster to start construction on a Dreadnought in another minute. Yeah, that is a long research. So this is going to die, and unless he gets some assistance from his ally Shadow, he is really not going to survive the rest of these attacks. So this means that the fight is going to be between Phaseplate Riens and Scubes. Please, please tell me you're getting Phaseplates. Okay, there he goes. So the Phaseplates will let the Rien survive in the face of those Scubes, but only after he's researched it. Until then, he's kind of doomed. So it's going to be, the Riens are going to be shooting at these probes, which they'll do very nicely against. The Scout Cubes will be shooting on the Riens, which it will tank them okay. And the Adapter's Torpedo will not be all that good against the Riens. So I think the Riens could hold their own pretty well, although it would be a lot easier if MightyMaster had a repair yard with Allied Repair here. There's the, it looks like this, oh hello, this Scout got captured too. There's been a lot of Scout capturing going on here. So now TrekFan is going to lose some of his mining too. OTP is really getting in their backyard and messing with their junk. This Starfleet command is ready right now though. So we're going to see it warp in right here, we're going to see the Intrepids come in, and this is going to get chased off. There's a dual intercept ode. Yep, just joining for more firepower, I think. And that, I mean, that would do okay against the Riens. He's really just building a combined fleet here of Borg ships. Oh man, yeah. And he's got 2 more intercept cubes coming out. He's just trying to keep up the pressure. This is going to be tricky if he actually takes damage. But it looks like TrekFan has called in his warp in very defensively, and that's not going to save his ally MightyMaster, who's about to lose more miners. Even a single repair yard would be nice, although the Dreadnought construction is going now. So in another 3 minutes, we'll see a Dreadnought. And that will be MightyMaster's first combat ship. Actually, he does have enough money. Oh, shoot. What is the supply cost of that Dreadnought? Is it like 150 or something? I think it is. I think it's something really, really high. And also all these miners he's been building, but that's a lot of supply. So now the feds come in. And we have Salars fighting Riens. Once again, oh, I think one freighter died here. Yeah, these Riens are not going to be able to kill any Salars though, because they take half damage from long range, and they're battleships and the Riens are pulse based. So TrekFan's taking some damage. There's a repair yard coming up, but he lost a sensor nebula refit, and he may lose this monsoon as well. I don't know if he's killed any of Old Time Pro's ships either, because his firepower is kind of low with his fleet. If this gets allied repair, that'll make it a lot easier for him. What are these guys boarding? What are they boarding? Are they just boarding each other? Or maybe he captured this scout back. So as you can see, Old Time Pro stuff, these are all intercept cubes, so they're going to be very low damage against stations. And it's going to take him a while to kill that off. But he does still have enough ships that he'll be able to do it. Oh, there's a skewed that got damaged. So over here, once again, when this Dreadnought comes out, it'll be like an instant kill on anything, but it'll be so slow that it can't catch anything. So unless the Dreadnought catches these Salars, it's not going to be too useful. These Romulans are going to take some pretty nasty hits. I think he also needs to get a couple Riens. It's difficult because Rien firepower is not too high, but if he can spare them, he needs to get like 2 or 3 or 4 Riens and go raid Nuukov's mining, because Riens are not going to kill these. So, as you can see, the top team are taking a commanding position. The more important thing, even though the bottom team expanded their mining earlier, the top team is catching up a little bit. Or maybe they're not. No, never mind. Okay, so the bottom team started mining more and have lost it. The top team never really mined as much, but they haven't lost any miners at all. And there we see the Decloaky Scout, which is going to severely limit these Salars. They can't get out unless they kill that Scout. But once again, the Riens do such low damage to them. I don't know how much damage he can do. And oh, there's a green nebula here. I did not remember there's a green nebula. In this green nebula, these Salars will never die. It's just not even possible. So this is going to be a tricky fight. Here come the Borg to mess with these Riens. These Riens are going to be in big trouble. We might see both players rush into this green nebula, and then it'll be a weird battle. Because everybody's shield regenerating. It'll be a race to see who can kill what. I think Old Time Pro isn't going to take that. He's just going to leave. Maybe, or maybe they have enough to kill these Riens even in here. So now the Borg ships are what's in danger, because they're the only thing not recovering shields. I think that Scout Cube just died. And these Riens are finally putting out some firepower, but the Riens are dying. I don't know what they can kill. And eventually these phase plates are going to run out pretty quickly. He is pulling them out of the nebula to try to get that probe kill. Salars don't have their special, but they will soon. Oh, a bit of miss micro on that guy as it ranked up. It canceled his orders, and now it's going to get killed. So, MightyMaster lost some Riens. I'm not sure exactly how many, but his economy sunk. He really needs to get these guys mining Like I say, because he was mining 3 yards. Okay, he's hoping to upgrade these soon. And if I don't know, man. Even if you upgrade these to disruptor or torpedo reends, they're not going to be able to kill Salars, because Salars are taking that half damage. And Nuukov has no problem building only Salars. Like, he doesn't need much else right now. He's expanded his economy. But this guy back here might be wanting to build some sort of secret tech station. But if he moves this scout around, he's eventually going to find Shadow's scout and kill that. And Shadow just doesn't have the time to think about it. Now these top players are going to take out Shadow's forward expansion. And if that happens, then for the first time, his mining will be lower than his opponent's on the top side. With these ships combined, they're going to be very nasty. You see there's the Dreadnought moving out. There is a second Dreadnought out, and now MightyMaster has rebuilt his yard over here. This yard is very cheap. The technology is expensive, the Dreadnought's expensive, but the yard is not that expensive. So here this guy comes. He needs to get right in the middle of this and use his paralysis ability before these guys cloak out. Like right now. Right now, go. The Salars successfully cloak out, although here comes the scout, so this Dreadnought might get a kill. There they go, it can see them. This guy is dealing 36 and 76 damage with its beams. The Salars are running, but he's going to kill one of them. I don't know if he's going to kill a second. I think the second beam here you cannot target manually, like it'll hit whatever it wants, and then it also has the torpedo. Oh, let's see if he gets this. He might. These Salars, this Dreadnought's slow, but the Salars are slow too. With the decloak, they do get their shields back. They're going to kill this little scout here. But this Dreadnought, yeah, the top team can't really kill it because all of these scout cubes, intercept cubes, they deal greatly reduced damage to battleships, and it is definitely a battleship. So the Dreadnought is something that the top team cannot kill right now, and there are 2 of them. I don't think they should stay together. Oh, by the way, this is a Romulan. You can choose different Dreadnoughts depending on your ally. He could have taken a Federation which has really high defense, or a Romulan one. The Romulan one is considered the best because it has higher system value and it can use its paralysis ability twice. It's mass polarization. Yeah, so it's an 8-second stun. So here, these Riens chased really far, but it's not going to work, dude. They take half damage from long range. And now there's a refit here, so Shadow really needs to run his Riens away, kill that scout and go. You see, he was almost having success there. Oh, and the Dreadnought came all the way up. So maybe if it gets there and stuns these guys, they won't be able to go repair. Like, hit it right now. If you don't hit it, you won't get any kills. Meanwhile, Old Time Pro is boarding the Talon. He stole the scout. Let's see what is happening elsewhere. There is the other Borg. No, wait, this is Old Time Pro's fast fleet. This up here is not Old Time Pro. This is Drone coming with his guys. So these 2 Dreadnoughts, we're going to see what happens. I don't know if he got any kills here. But these Riens are just going to get slaughtered. And there you saw a torpedo refit, but it's just going to die. And those are expensive. The Dreadnoughts are doing good damage. There goes the polarization, finally. You realize with 2 Dreadnoughts, you can stun an enemy for 8 seconds 4 times. So you can stun them for 32 seconds if they stay in range of these suckers. It's a really bad deal. But as you can see, these Salars have a really long range, and they're able to chase off these Dreadnoughts. And since the Dreadnoughts, the Salars can permanently stay out of range of the Dreadnoughts. The Dreadnoughts are in serious trouble here. And the Borg fleets are descending on these Riens that are not cloaked. OTP has his triple prime holding beam sphere, which is highest damage and system value just about. Shadow's Riens are really taking a beating. I don't know if there's any left. These Dreadnoughts need to go down at any cost. Yeah, there you see the 108 offense, 86 defense, 70. I don't think they understand how badly they need to run. Because these Salars can start shooting, and the Dreadnought will barely be shooting back. It'll just have the one laser going back. While these things... Yep, they have the stun now. and each of these guys can stun you for 7 seconds. So there's enough of them. You see this one's coming forward to stun it. They're going to stun this and they're going to kill it. There's nothing he can do about this. So one of the dreadnoughts for the bottom team is going to die. I don't know what else MightyMaster has in production. He went ahead and got his upgrade, Catcher Saw White, so maybe he was hoping for artillery. But there's the GG. They're boarding the dreadnought. Okay, so as you saw, some very aggressive board play from the top team. Even when you want to go full econ in the beginning and tech up to something really great, you got to be careful, because even on a ship, even on a map this big, the Borg and some other races can still punish you very badly. They can still get in there and kill off your mining if you don't defend yourself. So you have to have at least one person dedicated to early defense while the others are teching up. However, it worked pretty well on the top team because nobody was raiding where the Salars were in production, and also because the Borg are very difficult to raid. So we'll see if I get another game for you guys. I just finished Triptych's mod, and I'd like to do a recording of that, if these guys will let me. So this is Triptych signing off.